This is the Huffington Post.
It launched in 2005, a time when social media was on the rise and the face of journalism went from this to this. And how we got the news went from this to this. It was in this social blogosphere where the Huffington Post gains its traction by taking news out of the hands of the analysts and giving it to
the community.
The community. The community.
The community.
So we were really at the moment, at the cusp of this great, social media revolution.
This is Roy.
Do you want a high or just?
He was at the Huffington Post when he teamed up with this guy, Gabriel, to answer the question, where do we go from here?
So basically, we said, let's take this thing that's already successful.
Just taking what was happening on Huffington Post
and try to just do it in another medium.
And that's when it hit them. Video. So Roy and Gabriel set out to create a broadcast network that would have the same sort of community interaction as the Huffington Post.
So the question became, how do we embrace, the bloggers?
What is the story here? The real-time nature.
What's going on at the Chick-fil-A in Austin?
And all the things that we were doing, and the community.
In other words, how do you go from just presenting broadcast news to having people actually participate in it, like they do online, but live and on air? Here's what they do.
My name is Francina. I'm Sydney. Gwen.
This is where it all starts. Each day, HuffPost producers scour the web looking for people with opinions.
We'll start streaming for comments, conversations that people are having that you normally wouldn't have, that makes it a little more unique than you would have at other platforms.
Anyone that can give their story a personal view, they track down.
Online. We're like stalkers. We're stalkers. We're professional stalkers.
But on the web, people can be from anywhere. So they needed a way to bring them all together and in one place. And they found it. Online.
There's this big button that says, be an on-air guest. You can click that button and explain why you think you'd be a good guest for that segment.
A producer watches it, then
I send those comments to the host who can then pose them to our panel.
Live and on air.
I want to play a video comment that came in from a young woman in Saudi Arabia. This is about culture. Yeah, just came in.
So instead of having to have them drive to a sat hit to go do something somewhere, you can have them all in the same Google Hangout, and they can be on HuffPostLive.
It happens often enough where the hair stands up on the back of your neck and you go, that's the future.
Here we go, guys. 5.
And so,
roll it.
Maybe this is where technology's taking us. To a place that's less about being talked at and more about being talked with. When you think about it that way, the news feels more and more like a community.
Yeah.